cocho es de Guerrero, el guache de Michoacán.
Guerrero, el guache de Michoacán. Son los gallitos muy finos que no se saben rajar. Para traficar con droga nadie los puede igualar. Javier le dice a Roberto, este es el último viaje. Tenemos mucho dinero, ya es tiempo de retirarse. Si logramos entregarla, seremos los dos más grandes. Una lobo color negra, con el motor arreglado. Los retenes mexicanos sin problemas los cruzaron y al llegar a la frontera los problemas empezaron. Arriba todo tierra caliente, compita. El comandante José tenía un retén a su mando. Con voz autoritaria les dice bajen del carro, ya les pusieron el dedo, les encontrar ese clavo. Por más que la revisaron, no pudieron hallar nada. La carga llegó completa y ahora se gasta en su lana. Allá por tierra caliente se pasean como si nada. La carga está en Houston, Texas. La recibió doña Chela. Aunque pagó una fortuna, el polvo era pura reina, ahora Rufa la reparte. En su limusina negra. Si eres pobre te humilla la gente, si eres rico te trata muy bien. Un amigo se metió a la mafia porque pobre ya no quiso ser. Ahora tiene dinero de sobra, por costales le pagan al mes. Todos le dicen el centenario por la joya que brilla en su pecho. Ahora todos lo ven diferente, se acabaron todos sus desprecios. No más porque trae carro del año, ya lo ven con el signo de peso. Lo persigue el gobierno gabacho, pero él no deja de trabajar. A Los Ángeles va cada rato y regresa con un dineral. Él recibe órdenes desde arriba y las cumple a como de lugar. Al peligro ya se acostumbró y por eso no le temía nada. En un Corvette se pasea tranquilo por Tijuana y por Guadalajara, por Los Ángeles y San Francisco y también por Las Vegas, Nevada. Con la mafia se gana dinero, pero se necesita valor, porque aquí no hay ningún parentesco, no se permite ningún error. Siempre te andas rifando el pellejo, con las leyes o con el patrón. Para relatar estos humildes versos, subir y allá arriba cerró la muñeca. Versos de un amigo que se la ha rifado, astuto y valiente, nunca se ha rajado. Estado de México, eres muy famoso por tu linda gente y sus buenas costumbres. Ciudad de Jupilco te llevo en el alma, dice el guache amigo Agustín Estrada. Allá por la sierra entre el puerto del Águila, también Pericones junto a su viejito. Los gratos recuerdos cuando le enseñaba a cultivar la tierra para cosechar. El 95 con gran sentimiento emigró para el norte buscando un futuro. Pa' que a mis viejitos no les falte nada, dice, mientras viva les brindo mi mano. Ahora sus negocios siguen progresando y con las yarditas me gano la vida. Para que a mis hijos no les falte nada y junto a mi Jenny yo soy muy feliz. Desde Dallas, Texas les mando un saludo para mis paisanos, amigos y hermanos. que sigan tocando gallos de la sierra y para mi chaparra la flor de Amazonas. De lo alto de la montaña del estado de Guerrero, un día bajó un chavo humilde con un corazón sincero. Pepe Santana es su nombre, viene de tierra caliente. Tarétaro es su pueblito, Sierra Placeres del Oro, talento del buen amigo, arrendador de caballos, creció admirando a su abuelo, viejo que fue su maestro. El señor Don Rey Santana, arrendador conocido, a fiestas y jaripeo, en su lucero bajaba, se distinguía entre la gente por lo bien que los bailaba. De tal palo está la estía, es un dicho conocido, como defraudar al viejo, este oficio es muy bonito, a veces nace en la rienda, en los Estados Unidos. Muy importantes en todo Estados Unidos, él va bailando el flamenco, haciendo muy lindos pasos, lo respetan sus amigos, porque es un tipo derecho. Pepe a la raza le dice, a sus servicios estoy. Si su caballo lo tumba, yo le quito lo fregón. A sus pies pronto estará, bailando y educadito. Con respeto a Dios del cielo, le pide de corazón de que sus hijos queridos sigan esa profesión. Arrendadores famosos, igual que el viejo chingón. Pone bota en el estribo, luciéndose entre la gente, se va bailando el caballo, es la leyenda viviente. Con gusto pide a los gallos un son de tierra caliente. que ser michoacano de la región de Tuzantla. Al compa que me refiero, el peligro no lo espanta. En su troca colorada lo han visto quemando llanta. Es un hombre decidido, todo mundo ya lo sabe. En el taller JJ se encuentra arreglando trailer junto con su socio Juan, que es hombre también de arranque. Le gusta vivir la vida y disfrutar del momento. No le gustan las mentiras ni que le hagan mucho el cuento. Para eso de los amores siempre ha sido muy discreto. Servicio de Honduras y El Salvador. Para arreglar los motores, con mis también Detroit. El Caterpillar, señores, un poderoso motor. Y el hombre que les platico ayuda mucho a la gente. Alegre y dicharachero, siempre lo verán sonriente. Con orgullo siempre él dice: arriba, tierra caliente. Su hermano también es socio y es quien le hace buena esquina. Y el corrido lo compuse para que lo escuche en vida. Ya con esta me despido del compa Jaime Medina. Morelos, señores, traigo un corrido. Ya un hombre a carta cabal, por muchos ya conocido, viene de tierra caliente, donde hay puro gallo fino. Él es muy trabajador, también muy enamorado. La mujer que a él le gusta siempre la trae a su lado. Disfruta de sus placeres como todo un calentano. Le gusta jalar la banda, le gusta escuchar corridos con los gallos de la sierra. Que es su grupo preferido. Trabaja en la construcción, su profesión es rufero. tiene amigos por doquiera, porque es un hombre sincero. El año 98 tuvo que dejar su tierra. Junto con otros amigos logró cruzar la frontera. Hoy se pasea muy tranquilo por Houston y Dallas, Texas. En el rancho El Atorón, ahí los están esperando. Si un día quieren conocerlo, ahí pueden encontrarlo con sus hermanos y amigos. Se la vive parrandeando. Pegadito a la sierra del estado de Guerrero, nació y creció un gallo fino, de esos que se rajan el cuero, nunca le teme al peligro. Y es un amigo sincero. Morelos a Guerrero, seguido lo ven paseando. En sus buenas trocononas y una mujer a su lado, siempre ha jugado derecho. Y el respeto se ha ganado. Él sabe y está consciente que en el mundo está de paso, por eso con sus amigos se la pasa disfrutando. Sabe que la vida es corta, que por ella no ha pagado. De vida, brincó para el otro lado. Consiguió los documentos para seguir trabajando, radicado en Garland, Texas. Los gringos lo han respetado. Ha sido jardinero, de eso nunca se ha enfrentado. Nació y creció entre las flores, hombre muy afortunado, hoy en Estados Unidos. De la vida disfrutando. Él sabe y está consciente que en el mundo está de paso, por eso con sus amigos se la pasa parrandeando. Sabe que la vida es corta, que por ella no ha pagado. dedicados a un amigo. Y son para agradecerle la atención que él ha tenido a la vez cuando un jinete de una monta sale herido. Amigo Joaquín Noyola, del rancho El Cemental, como usted no hay mucha gente dispuestos a cooperar cuando se lastima un jinete y no puede trabajar. Amigo Joaquín Noyola, mi talento es jinetear. Como soy un hombre humilde, no tengo con qué pagar. Cuando lo mire en la plaza, mi monta puede brindar. Dios lo guía en su camino. Y a nosotros los jinetes nos proteja del peligro. Nos vemos acá por Texas, donde tiene a sus amigos. Con los gallos de la sierra, el amigo se despide. Su nombre es Joaquín Noyola, en Dallas muy conocido. Es del rancho Cemental, un orgullo potosino. En el sur de Zacatecas hemos tenido el honor de conocer y admirar a un grandioso señor, el cual me quito el sombrero pa' cantar esta canción. Trabajador es ese hombre, como todo un mexicano, por todos es respetar y por sus hijos amados siempre te da su saludo con respeto y amistad. Él siembra con mucha fe, esperando la cosecha, mientras la tierra está lista, se pasea mucho por Texas, con orgullo y mucho gusto, todos sus hijos lo esperan. Hombre muy trabajador, de corazón noble y bueno, en Jesucristo confía, para el Dios es lo primero, siempre te da un buen consejo, firme, contento y sereno. Le gusta la construcción, maneja bien la cuchara, también es un carpintero. Nunca se agüita para nada, porque para un zapateado es el primero que baila. Vuela, vuela palomita para tenerse limón. Todos se están preguntando, pues quién será ese señor. Su nombre es Manuel Eiva y su esposa es un primo.
El cocho es de Guerrero, el guache de Michoacán.
Guerrero, el guache de Michoacán. Son dos gallitos muy finos que no se saben rajar. Para traficar con droga nadie los puede igualar. Javier le dice a Roberto, este es el último viaje. Tenemos mucho dinero, ya es tiempo de retirarse. Si logramos entregarla, seremos los dos más grandes. Una lobo color negra, con el motor arreglado. Los retenes mexicanos sin problemas los cruzaron y al llegar a la frontera los problemas empezaron. Arriba todo tierra caliente, compita. El comandante José tenía un retén a su mando. Y con voz autoritaria les dice bajen del carro. Ya les pusieron el dedo, les encontrar ese clavo. Por más que la revisaron, no pudieron hallar nada. La carga llegó completa y ahora se gasta en su lana. Allá por tierra caliente se pasean como si nada. La carga está en Houston, Texas. La recibió doña Chela. Aunque pagó una fortuna, el polvo era pura reina. Ahora Rufana reparte. En su limusina negra.
Burning Man 1 Opening Hook. Every year in the middle of a vast and unforgiving desert, a city rises from nothing. No permanent buildings, no commercial advertisement, no traditional stage. And at the end of it all, it burns to the ground. But why would more than 70,000 people travel to one of the harshest environments in the United States just to build a temporary city that disappears in a week? What is Burning Man really about? Is it a festival, an art experiment, a spiritual movement, or something much deeper? Today we're stepping into the depths of Black Rock Desert, Nevada, where creativity knows no limits, where money has no power, and where radical self-expression becomes a way of life. Because Burning Man is not just an event, it's an experience. Imagine standing in an endless white desert. The sun is setting massive outline structures below against the horizon. Molten vehicles shaped like dragons and spaceship cruise by. Music echoes in the distance. Strangers hush you like old friends. And at the center of it all stands a towering wooden figure, the man waiting to burn. But behind the fire and spectacle lies a philosophy built on radical inclusion, self-reliance, gifting, and community. For one week, participants, not attendees, create Black Rock City from scratch. They bring everything they need to survive. There are no vendors, no corporate sponsors, no spectators. Everyone contributes, everyone belongs. And then, in a dramatic and symbolic climax, the giant wooden effigy is set ablaze, a moment that feels both chaos and deeply spiritual. So, how did this radical gathering begin? Why has it become one of the most influential cultural movements in modern history? And what really happens in the desert when the world's rules no longer apply? In this episode, we'll uncover the origins, philosophy, and unforgettable experiences behind one of America's most extraordinary events. Welcome to Burning Man. 2. Origin and history. Burning Man did not begin in the desert. It began on a beach. In the summer of 1986, on Baker Beach in San Francisco, a small group of friends gathered to celebrate the summer solstice. Led by Larry Harvey and artist Larry James, they built an 8-foot wooden effigy of a man and set it on fire as the sun went down. There was no master plan, no global vision, no idea that its spontaneous act would grow into an international cultural phenomenon. It was simply an act of expression, a ritual of release. But something powerful happened that night. Strangers gathered. People felt connected. The fire created a shared emotional experience. Each year, the gathering grew. The wooden figure became taller. More people showed up. Was that as a small bonfire ritual evolved into a creative community experiment? However, in 1990, local authorities refused permission to burn the effigy on Baker Beach due to safety concerns. Instead of ending the tradition, the group decided to move it. They wrote relocated to the vast and empty Black Rock Desert in Nevada, a derelict bed with endless open space. And that changed everything. In the desert, there were no boundaries, no neighbors, no city rules. Participants could build large-scale as installations. They could experiment with architecture, performance, music, and radical style expression. The empty place became a blank canvas. Throughout the 1990s, the event grew rapidly. Artists, hackers, musicians, dreamers, and free thinkers were drawn to the idea of creating a temporary city based on participation instead of consumption. By the mid 1990, what was a bonfire gathering has transformed into a structured event with safety guidelines, city planning, and community principles. In 1997, organizers began designing a circular city layout, a symbolic shape that still defines Black Rock City today. In 2004, Larry Harvey introduced the 10 Principles of Burning Man. These principles, including radical inclusion, gifting, decommodification, radical shell release, and leave no trace, became the philosophical foundation of the event. Burning Man was no longer just about burning an effigy. It was about creating a new way of living, even if only for 1 week. Over the decades, the festival grew into a global movement, inspiring regional burns in dozens of countries around the world. Silicon Valley innovators, artists, architects, and entrepreneurs have all been influenced by the ideas born in the desert. Yet, despite its growth, one thing remains the same. Every year, in the final act of the event, the man still burns, and when the flames die down, the city disappears, leaving no trace behind. From a small beach gathering to a 70,000-person desert city, Burning Man's history is a story of reinvention and radical imagination, and it all began with a simple fire on a beach. 3. Origins and History. Burning Man, United States. Burning Man begins in 1986 as a small, spontaneous gathering on Baker Beach on the summer solstice. Larry Harvey and his friend Zachary James built and burned an 8-foot wooden effigy as an act of radical self-expression. What started as a symbolic bonfire with just a few friends quickly grew into something much bigger. By 1990, local authorities no longer allowed the burning at Baker Beach, and the event moved to the vast desert, a Black Rock desert. This relocation transformed the gathering entirely. Instead of a simple beach ritual, Burning Man evolved into a temporary city built from scratch in one of the most extreme environments in North America. That temporary city became known as Black Rock City, a fully formed urban space that exists for only 1 week each year before disappearing without a trace. Over time, the event developed its guiding philosophy, known as the 10 Principles, introduced in 2004. These principles include radical inclusion, gifting, decommodification, radical shell expression, and leaving no trace. They serve as the ethical and cultural foundation of the festival. Throughout the 1990 and 2000, Burning Man grew from a few hundred participants into tens of thousands. Today, attendance regularly reaches around 70,000 people from across the globe. Despite its growth, organizers have worked to preserve the original spirit of creativity, participation, and community. The burning of the central wooden figure, the man, remains the symbolic climax of the event. What began as a simple artistic act on a beach has become one of the most influential cultural gatherings in the world, inspiring regional Burning Man events in dozens of countries. Burning Man began in 1986 on Baker Beach in San Francisco, when Larry Harvey and a small group of friends burned a wooden figure in celebration of the summer solstice. What started as a simple ritual would eventually grow into a massive temporary city in Nevada's Black Rock Desert, a place where art, freedom, and a radical style expression redefine that a festival can be. 4. Cultural and philosophical significance. Burning Man, United States. For many participants, Burning Man is more than a festival. It represents freedom, creativity, community, and radical shell expressions. In the desert, people don't just attend, they participate. Burning Man is often misunderstood from the outside. To some, it looks like a massive desert party. To others, it appears chaos or extravagant. But for those who step onto the flare, Burning Man is a living experiment in human potential. At its core, Burning Man is built on philosophy, specifically the 10 principles introduced by co-founder Larry Harvey in 2004. These principles are not rules in a legal sense, but cultural guidelines that shape behavior, interaction, and identity inside Black Rock City. One of the most powerful principles is radical inclusion. Anyone may be part of Burning Man. There are no spectators, no VIP sections, no hierarchy of importance. Whether you are a tech CEO, an artist, a student, or a first-time camper, you are equally part of the community. This creates a rare social environment, one their identity is not defined by job title, will, or social status. Another foundational value is gifting. There is no traditional commerce inside Black Rock City, no vendors selling food, no branded sponsorships. Instead, participants give freely, whether it's coffee, handmade art, music performance, workshops, or simple acts of kindness. The gift economy shapes the psychology of interaction. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" the question becomes, "What can I contribute?" Then there is radical shell expression. Burning Man encourages individuals to express themselves authentically and creatively. This can mean elaborate customs, interactive arts installations, performance acts, experimental architecture, or deeply personal storytelling. The dashes become a canvas. In everyday society, many people feel constrained by social norms or expectations. As Burning Man, those constraints dissolve, people explore identity in ways they might never attempt elsewhere. Equally important is radical self-reliance. The desert environment is harsh and unforgiving. Temperatures can exceed 40 degrees during the day and drop dramatically at night. The dust storms can appear suddenly, reducing visibility to zero. Participants must bring everything they need to survive: water, food, shelter, clothing. There are no convenience stores to rely on. This principle fosters resilience, preparation, and responsibility. You are free, but you are accountable. Another deeply spiritual value is leaving no trace. When Burning Man ends, the city must disappear without environmental damage. Every piece of trash, every structure, every trace of human presence must be removed. After tens of thousands of people leave, the desert should look untouched. This practice reflects a broader environmental consciousness, a reminder that creativity and responsibility must coexist. Culturally, Burning Man represents a temporary suspension of mainstream systems. There are no billboards, no advertisements, no consumer-driven messaging. In a world saturated by commercial influence, this absence feels revolutionary. Participants often describe a sense of immediacy. Another principle: meaningful presence in the moment, without constant digital distractions or transactional interactions. Conversations feel deeper, art feels immersive, community feels real. Burning Man also serves as a laboratory for innovation. Many ideas born on the flare have influenced architecture, design, technology, and community building practice in the outside world. Leaders from Silicon Valley, artists, urban planners, and entrepreneurs have seen Burning Man as a source of inspiration. Thus, despite its cultural influence, the event remains intentionally temporary. The city rises, the city thrives, the man burns, and then everything disappears. That impermanence is central to its meaning. Burning to the effigy and later the temple is not destruction for chaos. It is symbolic release. Participants often write messages, memories, grief, or hope onto the temple walls before it burns in silence. The temple burn, unlike the burning of the man, is quiet and deeply emotional. It represents letting go. For many, Burning Man becomes transformative not because of spectacle, but because of participation. People live with new friendships, new perspectives, and sometimes new direction in life. In the desert, stripped of the everyday labels and routines, individuals often rediscover who they are. Burning Man is not just about art or fire, it is about experimenting with a different way of being human, even if it's only for 1 week. And perhaps that is why, year after year, thousands return to the dust, not just to watch, but to belong. 5. Main festival activities. Burning Man United Stage. This is the heart of the experience. Burning Man is not programmed like a traditional festival. There are no headliners, no fixed entertainment schedule controlled by sponsors. Instead of everything that happens in Black Rock City is created by the participants themselves. Burning Man is not something you watch, it's something you build. 1. The burning of the man. One of the most important rituals during Burning Man is the burning of the central wooden effigy known simply as the man. Standing tall in the center of the city, the structures can reach over 40 feet high. Throughout the week, it serves as a symbolic focal point, a meeting place, a navigational landmark, and a reminder of the event's origins. On Saturday night, thousands gather in a massive circle around the structure. Fire performers dance as cars, known as mutant vehicles, form a glowing ring around the crowd. Music pulls across the open desert. Then, at the climax, flames the members in a dramatic explosion of light and heat. Fireworks often accompany the moment. The crowd cheers, celebrates, and dances as the wooden figure collapses into embers. The burn represents release, the destruction of ego, expectation, and attachment. Is it chaos, loud, and electrifying? But is it not the only fire ritual? 2. The temple burn. Participants gather for a quieter, deeply emotional ceremony. Unlike the high-energy burn of the man, the temple burn is silent and reflective. Each year, a new temple structure is designed by selected artists. Unlike other installations, the temple is a shared space. Participants write messages on its walls, tribute to lost loved ones, letters to the future, confession, prayers, and memories. Throughout the week, people sit inside quietly, some cry, some meditate, some simply observe. On Sunday night, the temple is set on fire. There's no cheering, no music, no celebration. The crowd stands in complete silence as the structure burns. For many, this is the most powerful moment of Burning Man, a collective arc of grief, healing, and release under the desert sky. 3. As installation and interactive experience. Art as Burning Man is not something you simply observe, as is everything in Black Rock City. Massive sculptures rise from their flare, some mechanical, some illuminated, some climbable, some interactive. These installations are often built over months by international teams and transported piece by piece to the desert. Unlike museum art, Burning Man's installations invite participation. You can climb them, talk them, walk through them, or even help operate them. At night, many pieces glow with less lights, transforming the desert into a surreal dreamscape. Some artworks eventually burn, others are dismantled and taken home, but all exist temporarily, reinforcing the theme of impermanence. 4. Custom cars, mutant vehicles. Participants wear elaborate outfits that reflect radical self-expression. They know the red card as Burning Man, and that's the point. Participants create customs that range from futuristic cyberpunk to ancient tribal aesthetic, from minimalist desert survival gear to glowing neon fantasy designs. Self-expression is encouraged. Theme comes from form the backbone of community life. This calm creates experience for others, coffee bars, dance floors, lecture space, yoga sessions, self-healing domes, game zones, and art workshops. No money is exchanged, everything is gifted. Mutant vehicles, art cars transform into dragons, pirate ships, jellyfish, or alien spacecraft cruise across the desert, often blasting music and inviting strangers upward. At night, these vehicles become moving sculptures of light. 5. Music, performance, and nightlife. Music fills the desert as the sun disappears, although Burning Man is not marketed as a music festival. Music is everywhere. Large-scale camps host electronic dance music that echoes across the flare. Smaller camps feature live bands, experimental performances, poetry readings, and theatrical acts. At sunrise, crowds gather at the flare sound system to dance as the first light breaks across the horizons. But unlike commercial festival, there's no advertised lineups. Performances happen organically. Surprise sets are common. Discovery replaces expectation. Night transforms the desert into another world. Let's play trace bicycles moving like glowing constellations. Fire dancers sprint flame against the darkness. The Milky Way sketches overhead with astonishing clarity. It feels otherworldly. 6. Daily life in the desert. Survival itself becomes part of the experience. Daily life at Burning Man is shaped by the environment. Dust storm can appear suddenly, covering everything in white powder. Goggle and face covering as essential. Hydration is critical. Shade structures become gathering space during intense heat. Bicycles are the primary mode of transportation across the vast flare. Despite their harsh conditions, there's a sense of joy in self-reliance. Participants cook together, prepare structures together, and solve problems together. Community is not optional, it is necessary. Burning Man is not defined by a single activity. It is defined by participation, fire, art, community, and transformation. For 1 week, in the middle of the Nevada desert, a city built on imagination comes alive, and then just as suddenly it disappears, leaving only dust memory and the promise to return. 6. Interesting facts and hidden secrets. Burning Man's United States. Here are some fascinating facts you may not know about Burning Man. For example, did you know that Burning Man is legally classified as a temporary city? Each year, Black Rock City becomes one of the largest cities in the Nevada, complete with its own airport, post office, medical services, and even a Department of Public Works. For 1 week, it functioned like a fully operational municipality in the middle of the desert. Another surprising rule, there is almost no money allowed inside the event. Burning Man operates on a gig economy. Aside from ice and coffee sold by official organizers, commerce is prohibited. No brand sponsorship, no advertising banners, no corporate logos. This principle, called decommodification, is strictly protected to preserve the event's culture. Here's something many outsiders don't realize. The desert environment is extremely dangerous. The event takes place in the Black Rock Desert, where temperatures can exceed 100 during the day and drop sharply at night. Suddenly, that storm can create wide turfs with zero visibility. Radical self-reliance isn't just philosophical, it's essential for survival. Another hidden detail is the massive cleanup effort. After the event ends, participants must follow the leave no trace principle. Even small debris, called MOOP, matter hour flares, must be removed. The flare is inspected carefully by organizers and government authorities. The goal is to leave the desert looking untouched. There is also a little-known emotion ritual beyond the man burn, the temple burn. While the burning of the man is loud and celebratory, the temple burn is silent and deeply personal. Thousands gather without speaking as a structure filled with written memory and messages burn slowly into the night sky. For many participants, this is the most meaningful moment of the entire week. Another interesting fact: despite its countercultural image, Burning Man has influenced mainstream industries. Tech entrepreneurs, architects, designers, and innovators have cited the event as a space where unconventional ideas flourish. The freedom to experiment in Black Rock City has inspired creative thinking far beyond the desert. Finally, here's a surprising truth. Burning Man had no official performers and no spectators. Everyone is considered a participant. If you attend, you are expected to contribute, whether by building art, hosting a camp, performing, volunteering, or simply helping others. There's no passive attendance. Burning Man isn't just something you watch, it's something you become part of. And because that's the biggest secret of all, in the middle of a barren desert, people discover not just radical art, but radical connection. 7. Impact on tourism and economy. Burning Man, United States. Every year, Burning Man attracts tens of thousands of participants from around the world. The event generates significant economic activity and has become a major influence far beyond the desert. Each year, nearly 70,000 participants travel to the remote Black Rock Desert to build Black Rock City from the ground up. Although Burning Man promotes decommodification inside the event, its economic impact outside the gates is substantial. The nearest major city, Reno, Nevada, experiences a major surge in tourism during the event period. Hotels are fully booked. Restaurants, grocery stores, hardware suppliers, and vehicle rental companies see a dramatic increase in demand. Many participants spend days preparing, purchasing food, water containers, camping gear, customs, bicycles, and art materials. Local businesses rely heavily on this seasonal boost. Transportation industry also benefits. Regional airports see increased traffic, Truck rental companies and logistic services operate at full capacity as arts installations, farm structures, and supply are transported into the desert. Beyond direct tourism revenue, Burning Man has influenced global creative industries. Architects, designers, and engineers often use the flare as a testing ground for experimental structures. Many large-scale art projects later appear in museums or public exhibitions around the world. The event has become a laboratory for immersive design, interactive art, and urban experimentations. Silicon Valley entrepreneurs have also been drawn to the event for decades. Leaders in technology and innovation attend not as celebrities but as participants, contributing to charms and projects. The culture of radical experimentation, rapid prototyping, and collaborative problem solving mirrors that of culture in surprising ways. In fact, Burning Man has indirectly influenced design thinking, community building models, and alternative economic experiments worldwide. At the same time, the event requires extensive coordination with state and federal authorities, permits, environmental inspections, and land management agreements are necessary each year. Organizers work closely with agencies to ensure environmental compliance under the Leave No Trace principle. Economically, Burning Man represents a paradox. Inside the city, money is intentionally minimized. Outside the city, millions of dollars circulate through surrounding communities. Culturally, its influence extends even further. Regional Burning Man events now take place across Europe, South America, Africa, Asia, and Australia, spreading their principles of gifting, participation, and radical self-expression worldwide. What began as a small beach burn in 1986 has evolved into a global movement with measurable economic impact and immeasurable cultural influence. Burning Man may last only 1 week each year, but its ripple effects last far longer. H. Travel tips for visitors. Burning Man, United States. If you plan to experience Burning Man in person, here are a few tips. Prepare carefully, respect the culture, and always take responsibility for yourself. First, understanding this, Burning Man is not a typical festival. It takes place in the remote Black Rock Desert, one of the harshest environments in North America. Preparation is everything. Best time to go. Burning Man usually happens in late August through early September. Daytime temperatures can exceed 38 degrees, while nights can become surprisingly cold. Dust storms are common. Plan your clothing for extreme heat, cold nights, and high winds. Arrive early if possible. Many experienced participants come a day or two before the main events to set up camp and acclimate to the environment. What to prepare? Radical self-reliance is one of the core principles. You must bring at least 1.5 gallons, 6 liters of water per person per day. perishable food for the entire week, a goggle and face covering that for dust storms, shade structure for daytime heat, warm layer for nighttime, a bicycle for transportation across the flare, trash bags to pack out everything you bring. There are no convenience stores inside Black Rock City. If you forget something essential, you must rely on the generosity of others, but you should never expect it. Safety, cultural equity, respect the environment. The leave no trace principle means you must remove all waste, including small debris, known as matter out of place. Respect consent. Burning Man culture strongly emphasize personal boundary. Always ask before taking photo of individuals. Always ask before physical interaction. Participate. Don't come as a spectator. Those workshops. Help neighbor. Volunteer. Contribute something. Even if it's small, finally prepare mentally. The experience can be overwhelming. Intense heat, loud music, emotional rituals, sleep deprivation, face yourself, hydrate, rest when needed. If you come prepared and open-minded, Burning Man can be transformative. 9. Conclusion and call to action. Burning Man is more than a gathering in the deserts. It is a bold experiment in creativity, community, and human possibility. For one extraordinary week, tens of thousands of people built a city based not on commerce but on contribution, not on consumption but on participation. In the middle of death and fire, strangers become collaborations, breakers, as become architecture, and impermanence become the most powerful matches for all. When the man burns, it is not just a spectacle. It is a reminder that everything is temporary and that meaning comes from what we create together. If you enjoy discovering the story behind Burning Man, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we explore more of the world's most fascinating festivals and cultural experiences, because somewhere out there, beyond the dust, beyond the fire, another extraordinary story is waiting to be told.